1. Well, the winter sports seasons are upon us, and one of the guys I wanted to reach out to first is Isaac Crownover from Homme. Young man, you've got wrestling coming up, got Wagner tomorrow for duels, and then headed off to a tournament. What's your optimism like heading into the season as a defending state champion?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty confident. I love my coach. I love my teammates. I'm really hoping that they can push me to where I want to be again. It's not, I want to be at the top again, obviously, but I obviously don't want to. I got to work for it. It's not just going to be given to me for nothing.
I went back through track wrestling, and I was looking at the results from last year. I think you finished 46-2. I beat Jack Kruger in the finals from winter 3-2. How many times have you and Kruger wrestled over the years, from little kids all the way through to now?
I'm not sure how much I wrestled him when I was younger, but this year was crazy. I seen him all over the place. The first time we wrestled was the furthest apart, but I think he's a good wrestler. He was good at learning me and reading me, but it was just inching closer and closer the more and more we wrestled. So that last one was the closest one, 3-2.
I was looking around your Facebook social media just a little bit, and there were some pictures after the state championship with you in the stands, and probably with some family. What was that experience like to win that state title and all the emotions go with it? You talked about your coach and also your family right then afterwards.
Well, it was definitely super emotional. 2 years ago when I was wrestling 52, I was seeded second going into the state tournament, and I was woken up the night before I went to wrestling that my grandma had passed away. So going into the state match there, I didn't really have my head in the right place and everything. But then she was my biggest supporter by far. But then going into this, I knew I had to wrestle for her. And I mean, after I won that, I remember telling my dad one time, I think I wrestled 126 after I placed third. I remember telling him that there's no way I ain't gonna get a state title someday. And yeah, it felt good. I went up there. First thing I wanted to do was go talk to my family. Sat down next to my grandpa, and it was very emotional.
I was looking at your roster today, and I'm kind of familiar with the girls. The Homme girls over there have a couple of tough young ladies that wrestle for you. I also noticed Isaiah Crownover on the roster. Is that a young relative that we should be looking forward to in the future?
Yeah, he's my little brother. He's probably one of the bigger guys in the family. I got 3 older brothers, and he's the youngest of the bunch. So there's a lot of people that ask me. They're like, "Geez, you got 3 older brothers?" I'm like, "Well, there's another one coming after me." So
Where is he slated? I think he's only an 8th grader. Like what weight might he be wrestling at this year?
well, he's been bigger. He's probably around 5'11", just basically same height as I am, and he's around that 180. I think he wants to sit around 170, but we'll see.
Any thoughts on what weight you might wrestle at this year? You were at 182 last year. I think you played football a little bit over 200 pounds, maybe. What weight might we see you at this year?
Well, with this whole new weight system, it's kind of I got to wrestle 95 for the first couple of tournaments, but I'm thinking about going back down to 82. That's where I felt comfortable last year. I think it'll fit me good this year again too.
So I wanted to take you back to football a little bit, and I wanted to show you a little video of the wall game, because Homme Scotland, Homme had a great season this year. You guys made it to the playoffs and gave Wall a heck of a game, 20-12 in that game. How was it kind of to sit on the sidelines? You played them in the quarterfinals, and then Wall stormed their way to the championship. You guys gave them a heck of a game there in the quarter.
Yeah, it was difficult seeing them go all the way. We went that whole week thinking that no, it's up for anybody. We knew it was up for anybody. It's not one team was just killing everybody, nothing like that. And I think every single one of us had our minds in the right spot, and yeah, it was a good game, and we gave them a heck of a game by far, closer than any. I'll say that to anybody when I'm talking about football. We gave Wall their closest game by far.
There's this little pocket of the state I'm always so interested in: Gregory, Parkston, Homme, that area. There is some tough football being played in that part of the state. What's the key to all that? Why are those teams successful year in and year out?
Well, I don't know about some other guys, but for here, it's the teammates and the coaches. You know, these coaches, they're working us day and night. And then me being a preseason captain, we got preseason practices in. We were teaching kids things we were rounding them out before the season even started. But you know, Gregory, I respect a whole lot of those guys and their coaches too.
You were named to the All-State team this year, and you're kind of getting recruited for a couple of different sports. Can you just tell us a little bit about that? Football, basketball, maybe even not basketball. I'm sorry, football, wrestling, and maybe some track even in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I definitely like football and wrestling. Those are my top two sports. Football, I mean, I've been number 7 my entire life since I was a little kid, and wrestling is the same thing. I've been doing that forever. Track, I don't know. I think I was pretty much a natural runner. I was a skinny guy way back when, and I was running the mile, 2 mile. That's when I weighed 106 pounds, and then I don't know. The last couple of years, I've gained over 80 pounds. So
Well, I want to flash a picture up here because you don't look like some skinny guy running the mile or 2 mile. This
there
is
you
from
go.
last year. This looks like a beef strap kid that placed 8th in the 100 last year, 8th in the 200, and you just missed qualifying for the 400-meter final. Is track something you like or appreciate, or is it kind of something you use to keep in shape for your other sports, or what are your feelings on track?
Well, I definitely enjoy track with being there with my friends and stuff, but it just these last couple of years, it's kind of had a little toll on my body and my lower back and stuff. But I definitely helps with other sports. I'm not the type of guy that likes to go to work right after school or something. I want to be doing something, making myself better for the next sport. And track is definitely one that helps you with your legs and lungs. So
So what you're the defending state champion at 182. You're gonna have a target on your back certainly all year. Um, how do you deal with that? Like, I mean, are you working harder this year? Are you working just as hard? How's your mentality trying to defend that state championship?
yeah, I always kind of think back to last year. It's just how bad I wanted it. And there
Yeah.
was always moments where it kind of clicked, like I'm close, I'm almost there. And you know, I put in a lot of work, and you know, my coaches, my teammates, they definitely were a big part of that. They were right there. They knew that I was close. I was top 2 seed in every tournament, and you know, I think they were a big part. But this year, going into everything, I think I just I got to know that it's not going to be given to me at all. I got to work just as hard, do everything I did last year.
Just one last question. How do you feel like the team's going to do this year? Team in wrestling? Seems like there's a lot of kids out. How do you feel like the team's going to do?
Well, with this whole weight thing, I think once everyone kind of gets to where they want to settle down, we'll be spread out. We're kind of condensed right now. So the beginning of the season might be a little different, but towards the end, I'm really hoping uh, we'll get into that dual tournament and place pretty good. Hopefully higher than last year. And we skimmed through, and we're recruiting a couple of kids just from Avon that didn't go out, or from Tyndall that didn't go out. We're trying to get kids from the schools to come out, and it's working. We got a couple of guys coming out, the bigger guys, which is what we're missing. So
That's awesome.
mm,
Isaac, I'm going to let you go for the evening. We're going to keep watching you throughout the year. Good luck in wrestling, and we'll have a special shout out in track in May when you get going there as well.
all right, thank you.
Yep. Have a good night, sir.
You too.